doing Supergirl Season 2, Episode 22 review, just like I said I would do in my other video, which was Dokkan Battle. This was a interesting episode. I really liked this episode. So yeah, without further ado, let me just get into the video. So basically, we start off with Supergirl, with the aftermath, of season 2, episode 21, where we see Supergirl just struggling to stop Mono's mom, stop the invasion from Daxam, stop the invasion from the Daxamites, So basically, Supergirl challenged her and says, "Hey, look, I'm challenging you. If I win, get off this planet, stop the invasion, and that's it. That is your chance." And so basically, what happens is that it's like, okay, we'll do it, let's do it. But before that, I would say the Supergirl and Superman fight was awesome, but it wasn't really something that was big. So yeah, basically what happens is that they challenge her, and so Supergirl is having doubts. What if she can't do it? What if she loses? And Supergirl's like, "Hey, look, you're stronger than me. You beat me in a one-on-one match. You beat me, and I'm the strongest. And if you can beat me, then you can sure beat her for sure." And so basically that's what happens. And so Supergirl was like, "Okay, train me before time runs out. Train me before time runs out, and we only have 4 hours left, so train me." And so basically what happens is they train and stuff like that, and then Selena Luthor meet up with Supergirl and Lena, before that, Lena and Lena Luthor's mom. I'm not gonna say her name because she is quite the devilsome. But all jokes aside, they just basically go and they talk and say, "I found a box, from Lex's store." They had a storage for Lex's stuff, and then so she found it, and it was supposed to stop Superman. It was supposed to put the atmosphere with kryptonite, but it never worked. Lex never used it. So yeah, that's basically what happened. And so they figure out, "Hey, look, let's just find a way how to." Excuse me. They find out a way to stop the Daxamite, sorry. And they realize that lead was the only way that they can die, by lead. And so they basically talk to Supergirl about it and say, "Hey, look, we need to fill the atmosphere with lead. This is the way they're exposed by, and that would mean everybody will die." And so Supergirl is like, "Oh wait, what about Mon-El? Wouldn't he die too?" And so basically that's what happens. And so it was like, "Don't pull the trigger until I say so. Don't do that until I say so." And so yeah, that's basically what happens. And so in the meanwhile, it's just Team Supergirl just fighting off the invasion. We have Superman teaming up with Martian Manhunter. But before I say that, Martian Manhunter wakes up from his coma, teams up with Superman and all that stuff so they can stop the invasion from happening. And so what happens is that the 4 hours are up, and so Supergirl goes to fight, so they can keep her word, and so she can stop invading Earth. And so I'm not gonna say her name, so I'm gonna reply to she. You guys know who I'm talking about. I'm not gonna reply to her name. After all that she's done, killing Mono's mom and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna say her name. Just like Lena Luthor's mom, I'm not gonna say her name. Don't ever say her name in my channel. But all jokes aside, Martian Manhunter and Superman, they both team up to stop the invasion, and everybody's just doing their part to stop the invasion. Everybody's just doing their part, and so that's basically it. And so they fight one another, And here's the interesting part. We find out Supergirl is beating down her. And so what happens is that she's dripping blood, but her blood is actually kryptonite. She reveals that, hey, look, your planet, we're next door neighbors, basically. So when your planet exploded, I was reduced to some of its radiation, meaning I have a little bit of kryptonite in me. So go ahead, keep punching me. You are not going to win. Even if I die, I'm not going to call off the invasion. And so that's basically what happens. And so Supergirl just keeps fighting. I'm not gonna say, I know there's like the cuts between in between takes, but not really important. They're just, like I said, it's just Martian Manhunter, Superman, saving the city and all that stuff. Nothing really important happens between then. So basically Supergirl is fighting Mon-El's mom, and so they're fighting one another. Supergirl is just saying, I won't give up, this is my city, this is my planet, I have to protect it with all my heart, with all my blood and sweat, I'm going to protect it whether you like it or not. And so basically she wins, and she knows she can't beat her. She knows that she can't do this on and on. And so Lena Luthor's mom tries to activate it, but then says, I knew you were going to do something like this. When I was working with Win, I forgot to leave out that part. When she was working with Win, she said that, hey, look, I activated a fingerprint, requirement for the device. So I knew you were going to pull something fast like that. I knew you were going to do something stupid like this. I saw 10 steps ahead of you, And so basically she's like, oh, Supergirl has to do this. Supergirl has to activate it. And so that's basically what happens. Supergirl activates the button, and so she's worrying about Mon-El, because Mon-El is just the one who's going to die, because the one that she's going to care about. And so that's basically what happens. Mon-El's mom dies, of course, thank God, I thought it would never end. But Mon-El is slowly dying. He is slowly dying. And then so while that's happening, all the Daxamites, they just leave the planet and all that stuff. And so Mon-El is just slowly dying, and so Supergirl just says, you need to leave. I'm not gonna let you die here. You need to leave. Mon-El says no. At first he says no, then he says, okay, fine, I'll leave. And so he goes into the ship that puts Mon-El into the ship that brung him here. And so she says, hey, look, take this with you, which is a locket of Supergirl's mom. I can't remember Supergirl's mom's name for some reason. Kara's mom. It's on the tip of my tongue. It's one of those names where you feel like but you can't really put it right. Okay, so back to what I was saying. She gives the locket to her, and gives the locket to him, and so it says, "Oh, I love you," and they just share a kiss, and then he just puts him to Earth, or puts him to what am I saying? He sets the coordinates to I don't know where. I guess it's just to leave off the planet, and so I'm guessing he goes to Daxam. I'm guessing, because Daxam is just a wasteland. It's nothing there. But yeah, I think that's where he's going. At least what we think that he's going. He leaves, and then when we see him leaving, he is going into a wormhole. A little bit like the wormhole that Supergirl was into. Like that. A little bit like that. And so what happens is, we pan over back to Supergirl. They're just celebrating the victory of, Supergirl winning, saving the day, with the help of Superman and blah blah blah, etc. Stuff like that. And then so Kara is just basically like, oh wow, why do I feel like I lost? I could have had everything. I just never felt this way before, and so I just didn't want it to leave. I didn't want it to face reality. She's basically saying everyone else has someone special, and I can never have someone special. For one moment, I thought that I could have everything, but then it was taken away from me. And so basically, she's talking to, while she's saying these, she's talking to Alex, and saying that, hey, look, I don't know how you're going through, I can't say the same thing, but like what can I say is that basically you Kara, you're the one who just brought happiness to my life. You were the one who just made it all happen for me. If it weren't for you, then I would have never been in the DO, I would have been in stuff like this. And so, basically, what happens is that, she's just basically into depression right now. And so she goes to, Catco. Catco is now by Cat Grant. She's going back into business. I don't know what happened to James Olsen. I don't know why she took James's spot. But yeah, what happens is that, Cat Grant, she's basically talking to Carl that, hey, look, I've been to what you're going through. I'm not going to say that it's going to get easier, because the pain does not go away. It's going to go away eventually, but, hey, look, this is not something where it's just going to shake it off. You have to be strong. That's the strong thing about women. We admit, to sharing our emotions. We're not afraid of sharing our emotions. That's what makes us stronger. And I agree with that. Women are not afraid to share what they feel. That's why they're so much stronger emotionally than guys. They're not afraid to, they're not afraid to say what they feel. They're not afraid without a moment of hesitation. If they don't say they like someone, they mean it. They would say they don't like them, and not at 6 out of 10 times they will do something about it. But yeah, that's besides the point. Back to what I was saying before. And then we see on the news, or at least we hear on the news, that there's a fire in progress. There's a burning building, and so basically, Supergirl, is saying, hey, look, I forgot I had to do something, and so basically she leaves, and so we see Cat Grant say, go get him, Supergirl. And I'm not surprised by this. Who wouldn't be surprised? It's about, why didn't she find out Clark? Why didn't she find about, who wouldn't find out about them? They're just, oh my god, put on the glasses. Where's Superman? Take it off. Where's Clark? It's just one of them dumb things. Why? It's just really dumb right there. It makes no sense. You know what I mean? It just makes no sense. So yeah, that is the end of the episode. I really like this episode, not gonna lie. Really like this episode. I thought this episode was actually really cool. Just because of the fact that, it showed that, hey look, Supergirl is not gonna recover from this anytime soon, but, she's still Supergirl, she's still her, she is still Supergirl. I'm gonna say it every time, she is still Supergirl. Nothing is going to change that. She is still her. No matter what the situation is, no matter how dangerous it is, no matter what the situation is, she is going to be the lighthearted energy Supergirl. She is going to be her. And nothing can change that, no matter what the circumstances is. And that's what I like about Supergirl's character, she is the light and hope of the DC TV, We have Flash, that's dark. We have the Arrow, or we have the Flash that's getting darker to that path where Arrow dark. We're going to that direction. Flash is going to that direction. And so basically, I like Supergirl because that reason. Supergirl is just the light heart, the hope and energy of the DC TV universe. We have, like I said, we have the Flash becoming more dark. We already had Arrow already in that path. We already have Arrow. Arrow is just dark. There's no doubt about it. Arrow is just being dark, dark, and dark, and dark. And so, every episode, Oliver can never have a family. No, he never does. Never can. Because he's obviously enough. He's the Green Arrow. He can't be happy for long. And so yeah. So yeah, that's why I do love Supergirl, just because of the fact that, like I said, I can repeat it as many times as I want. She is the light and hope of the DC universe. She is Supergirl. She's bright-hearted. She's always energetic, optimistic. She's like the better version of Superman, I would say. No, I don't care what you guys say. What some of you Superman fans may be like, no, you're crazy. You're stupid. Your opinion sucks. I think Superman is way better. That's your opinion. I personally, for me, I like Supergirl. Not way more, but slightly more than Superman, just because of the fact that even Superman has his dark moments where he just wants to end it all. Even Superman, like, hello, for God's sake, we have injustice. That's just a perfect good example. But yeah. But like I said, Supergirl will always be kind-hearted and light energetic. I can never say it enough. That's why I like, that's what I like most about Supergirl's character. She's lighthearted. She would never leave her character. She will always be Supergirl. And it's the same with the kind of the Flash. The Flash will always be the Flash, no matter what the situation is. But not really, because we saw Emo Barry, and Emo Barry was like emo. Like, he didn't want to talk to anybody. He didn't want to say anything. He was just locked away, and mostly in the time vault, thinking about Iris and what could he have done to save the world, or stop Savitar and save Iris. He was just focused on that. He wasn't really on his game. Barry was just dead, per se. He was dead inside. Like, he just lost all hope. And so Barry's just basically saying, that's what happened. If I feel Savitar's rage, because once upon a time I felt that rage too, and so he's not the only one who feels this way, because Joe was like, yeah, I saw that anger in your eyes when your mother died. I saw that rage too, Barry. I know where you're coming from, but hey, look, I understand, but you can't let this. He's nothing like you, at the same time. But yeah, I really hate how they go with the DC TV shows. I wish it could make it a little bit brighter, especially because Green Arrow is not supposed to be this dark. He's always funny. He's funny. He makes some cracks sometimes and all that stuff. Kind of like the Flash. He's serious, but more he does jokes and stuff like that. I really wish that Super Arrow would be like that, but since they already went in the direction, they just kind of messed it up. It's not really that fun anymore. So yeah, I really don't like it. Like, it's way too late. He's kind of like Batman now. Like, they copied a lot of things from Batman, and don't even get me started with that. But yeah, I already said my thoughts about the TV show
they copied
review.
a lot of things from Batman, and don't even get me started with that.
You guys didn't hear that. Okay, so the Wolf Beast, what's up? Okay, so yeah, that's basically my thoughts right now. That's just my opinion for all these stuff. But my opinion doesn't really. I say my opinion doesn't matter when it really doesn't, but everybody's opinion does matter. But yeah, your guys' opinion, is what helps the TV show go on. So yeah, that's basically my review and thoughts of the DC TV Supergirl. Why did I say DC TV? Supergirl review episode 3, or excuse me, season 2, episode 22. So yeah, guys, this was one heck of a season. I loved Supergirl. Like I said, that's what I loved about her character. So yeah, just basically my thoughts about the show in general, the season. I know I didn't get to do the full season just because of the fact that I started my YouTube channel in April. So yeah, that's basically my thoughts, and my opinions about this season and episode. But without further ado, guys, I will be leaving. So yeah, I will be doing the Flash review in an hour, about an hour or two. Excuse me, about 2 hours. So yeah, be on the lookout, depending on when you're watching this video. But you guys should know at 9 o'clock. Or I might not do it at all, just because of the fact, like I said in my Dokkan video, I have people staying over in my house. I don't want to bother them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's just basically why I'm not doing Supergirl or Flash Arrow, review on time. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys for all the support you're showing. Help our channel grow by hitting that subscribe button, hit that like button, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.